This week has without a doubt been one of the most interesting weeks of 2018 so far. What would have ended up an ordinary week turned out to be very memorable with the release of Wizkid's steamy video for Fever, which of course featured Tiwa Savage as his love interest. Now, beyond and beneath all of the excitement, the release of this video also brought to the fore the disturbing degree at which empathy is lacking in our society and the underlying stigmatization of mental health. Now, I'm talking about the travails of Tiwa Savage's ex-husband Teebillz, the disturbing state of mental health in the music industry, and the roles that fans play in all of this. Now, to ensure that I leave no stone unturned, I spoke to seasoned psychologist Mr. Lanre Olusola, who was very instrumental in combating scary cases of mental illnesses in the music industry and in our society at large. So let's talk about mental health in the music industry. This is Vibes with Victor. Now, when people say mental health or mental disorder, what do they really mean? A mental illness is a disease that causes mild to severe disturbances in thoughts or behavior, resulting in an inability to cope with life's ordinary demands and routine. A mental illness, therefore, is an affliction on our brains and our minds that causes one to be physically incapacitated. Just like cancer, AIDS, and malaria, it is capable of sending one to an early grave. As a matter of fact, when I spoke to Mr. Lanre Olusola, he revealed that according to the WHO, depression by 2030 would be the world's #1 killer, and by 2020 the world's #2 killer, which means that in 2 years the second highest cause of death would be a mental disorder. He also revealed that 1 in 5 people in their lifetime will experience a mental health issue, which implies that in every family there is at least one person who has a mental disorder. Now, despite the threat that mental health poses to our society, it is sadly still shrouded under the blanket of ignorance. Listen to how Mr. Lanre puts it.
I mean, I think the general public simply have certain perspectives to mental health, one of which is, there's a lot of stigmatization. People don't even want to be associated with it because, they feel like it's something derogatory, it's a negative label. A lot of people feel like it's sadness. A lot of people feel like it's having the blues. A lot of people feel that, it's feeling down. A lot of people don't even get the whole concept of what depression or mental health really is. And, there's an arrogance around our ignorance as Nigerians. A lot of us don't know what mental health is, and we will not get educated about it so that we can be informed and so that we can begin to address the issue.
Of course, the advancement of technology and advent of social media have caused this epidemic to reach epic proportions. Social media has crippled the esteem of so many people. Most of us now operate like products. Likes, retweets, and comments are now used to attribute value and status. When a product is not selling fast enough, we quickly take it down because we all want to cash out in the economy of attention. Now, the pressure of social media is even twice as hard for celebrities and musicians who are now held to very unrealistic standards. If a celebrity, for instance, sees you at an event and refuses to take a picture, they are considered to be rude. What if they were not just in the mood? Just because they are musicians and public figures, they are not expected to make mistakes? This is in fact the same unrealistic standard that Sheishe fell victim to. Okay,
so for example, if you make a mistake, if I make a mistake or an ordinary person makes a mistake, it's not news. If an actor, a musician makes a mistake, everybody posts it. How is he any different from us? Why can't he be allowed to make his mistakes? But we hold them by a different set of standards, and then we feel that it's our business to publicize their mistakes and shame them.
Musicians are forced to drown in the pool of vanity metrics and numbers. It doesn't matter if you had a hit song last year. People begin to disrespect you and say you've fallen off if you've not had a hit song this year. What if the intention of the musician is not to have a hit song this year? Does their intention even matter? Now, the problem with social media is not really social media. It's the people on social media, me and you. For instance, you cannot blame LG Television for a bad TV show. Now, let's talk about Burna Boy, who is currently the toast of the town. Right now, everyone is celebrating him because he has a number of hit songs and he has arguably the best album of 2018. But do you even know that the Outside album is about rejection? Let's take a quick listen to this song titled Calm Down.
If I should stumble off my feet, I hope that no one sees. I know no one can save us, no. So I just put all my pain and my problems in a styrofoam cup and drink it all away. Yeah. I'm trying to walk on top of the ocean. I numb the pain, numb the pain, numb the pain as the sunshine on me, on me.
Do you know that song captures the pain, pressure and betrayal that society has put him through and how he has resorted to numbing the pain using substance? This year, the world has lost a number of musicians to substance overdose and suicide. Avicii, Mac Miller, Lil Peep, and we almost lost Demi Lovato. A lot of people are also alleging that Wizkid is on hard drugs. Do you think these guys started out as addicts? Most of them do it because they want to get away from the pressure and numb the pain that they go through. Now let's talk about Tiwa Savage's ex-husband Teebillz. A lot of people began to poke him and flood his comment sections with derogatory remarks as soon as the video for Fever dropped. This is a man that almost committed suicide last year and everybody knows about this. For a person that has a mental illness, regaining stability is often a journey. Depression is not a mood and anxiety is not a choice. Paranoia and insecurity are often side effects of a mental disorder, and I think everyone should look at him with a lens of empathy. That man has been very open about his journey, and I think that if we continue to poke him, it is a given that he is likely going to get paranoid and possibly find an outlet through social media blowouts. We need to spread more love in our society.
I mean, it's important to understand that healing is a process, and a process that takes time. It's important to recognize that as human beings, we have strengths and weaknesses. It's important for us to recognize that there are different things that trigger different reactions and responses. You know, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient, love is kind, love is understanding, love is a lot of things. And so if we say that the greatest commandment is to love, right? Love God, love our neighbors as ourselves, then we need to go and understand what the context of love is. You know, it's impossible for us to live a worldly life if we truly do not love. It's impossible.
Look, a lot of people are in distress, and my advice is if you or a loved one is going through something, you should seek help. Depression, anxiety and the likes are all mental conditions that can be cured, and people like Mr. Lanre Olusola are available to help. I really do think that we are on the brink of an apocalypse, and if we continue to poke people and push people to the wall, the unimaginable might happen. Let us all live with love and lead with empathy. My name is Victor, and thank you guys for watching.
I'm lucky. I really haven't dealt with depression. I mean, I think one of the things that's helped me is that I've tried as much as possible to be a very normal person while I've been famous. Sometimes to the detriment of my, career or my fame or my celebrity. I make a very conscious effort to not do things that will make me be a celebrity during my normal life, right? But I see a lot of my friends that we started music together, I see them do that cycle over and over again. So you say drink, fuck, smoke, chill, all the time. That's all. You turn on Snapchat, you're seeing it. A lot of young people are like, this is so cool. It's not so cool. That's not how real life is.